Yeah.
Hello.
Happy Friday. Happy early Halloween greetings to everyone out
Yep.
there. Thank you for joining us.
Happy
those of you that are
Samhain
not-
if you celebrate the pagan rituals, whatever.
If you're into that,
Yeah.
all
I don't
power to
judge.
you. It's
Yeah.
2020. I am not here to
Right.
judge.
Exactly.
Thank you guys, as always, for joining us. Kind of a, it hit me yesterday. I was telling Tyler before when we were setting up the show. Yes, both of us are still going to be excited about the Dodgers winning. 32 years of hurt won't stop. But that's awesome. But then the actual realization of just like the day-to-day set in. Oh, shit, there's no sports.
There's nothing.
You got football. Thankfully, Maction is coming back.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. Hockey would probably be a week or two into the season at this point. NBA is just around, time to kick off. And we all know that's now going to be sometime around Christmas, maybe a little later.
Yeah.
But we'll make the most of it. And thank you guys as well for tuning in. Call in live at the link. No app required. As you can see there, Tyler, how are you doing on this Friday?
Doing good, man. Looking forward to the weekend. Stayed up a little late last night to watch the season premiere of The Mandalorian. Got pretty excited to see my homeboy and former guest of the show, Brian Romero. He got his name in the credits of a Star Wars production, which is kind of insane. Like he'll always, now he's always got that Star Wars / Disney link
and
in
now
his
he won't
life.
Talk to us.
Now he's just big leaguing me. I've been texting him.
Too
just
big.
Nothing. Yeah.
Whatever, dude. Fine.
He actually answered the phone and said wrong number, and I could tell it was his voice. I don't know. It's just big leaguing me.
New phone. Who dis?
Yeah.
Clearly, it's your same phone, and I know who you are. No.
It's not even a new number. It's the same number you've had since college. Looking forward to the weekend. We got definitely got some college football, got some pro football, of course. Got the NASCAR season is coming to an end next week. We got not a big fight, but kind of an important fight, I guess you could say, in the UFC tomorrow. We'll get into that a little bit later. But it's like you said, we're kind of realizing like, oh shit, like we used to have a whole lot of stuff during the week, and now it's like we've got Monday Night Football. We'll have Maction on Wednesdays for a couple weeks. We'll have Thursday Night Football, which is always a
classic,
always great. And then maybe like the occasion like a Big Ten or a Conference USA game on a Friday night. But like during the week, it's going to be slim pickings, man. Ronnie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Like I said, that realization just hit me yesterday. I mean, I knew this was coming, but it didn't. The gravity of the situation did not fully take hold until I was like, dang. But maybe it's good. I guess more time to do other things than watch TV. Yeah. Whoever's into
lame.
Sharpen up the golf game, I guess. But football. We got football.
Got football. And, always got football.
The Thursday night games will continue to just move up the radar as far as desperation. Oh, yeah. I think we had a classic not a classic, but a classic Thursday night game last night.
Yeah, a Thursday night classic, yes.
And I guess we'll just start there. We'll go right into the football. I actually had the privilege to watch the second half of the game with friends of the program, Will and Dale from What's on the Menu. And probably the most entertaining thing, but also sad because I had no skin in the game. And them two and several others had bet on the over. Well, apparently Dale accidentally took the under.
Oddly enough.
Questionable. We'll see. I think he knew what he was doing. But as the third quarter was about, 3-4 minutes away from ending, I could see it, but I didn't want to say it and be like the negative guy. I was like, there ain't no way in hell you guys are getting this over.
Not happening.
There was a couple shouts there. I mean, obviously, it is the Falcons, so there's an opportunity for them to Falcons at any time.
Always.
So there was a little movement growing, like, okay, we get 25-25, go to overtime. I think it was, depending on when people bet, 53, 51 and a half or something like that. So maybe you get there, and everyone gets there with a touchdown, but maybe even a field goal in some cases. But I could just see it unraveling, and it was pretty sad. I was there to see the Falcons lose, though. They were leading at halftime. I had to run downtown to do a little side business, shipping a package for producer Tanaya, and also a great friend of the program, benefactor Marcy, and their side business. But by the time I left there, they were just going to the halftime show. I was like, cool. I texted Will, I'll be there in time for the inevitable Falcons collapse, which never came.
Didn't
They
come.
actually won that game, but
Yeah.
I still feel like if you're the Falcons, the team is not terrible. Like, I don't know if you have to rebuild the team, but it's almost like you kind of do, just because everyone's been there for becoming the Falcons. Like,
Sure.
you kind of have to shake it up. I don't know. I did see Julio Jones. I think he passed Randy Moss for like most 150 plus yard games. He had a nice night, of course. Classic fantasy stat line. PPR in that format, it was nice, but
with no touchdowns.
No touchdowns.
The Andre Johnson of the 2010, 2020s.
But let's forget about the negativity.
Okay.
Shout out to the Falcons. They got the game. Let's take a look at the weekend. And glad I got this little skinny schedule here.
Yeah, it's nice.
So you can see our beautiful faces.
Ooh.
But obviously, again, as we circle back to Dale, friend of the program, we have the Hugh Jackson Bowl coming up this weekend. Raiders at Cleveland. I do think it's winnable for the Raiders.
Sure.
But the Browns are 5-2. And they are at home. They are certainly probably favored in this game. I haven't seen the line. It's possible. I'm not holding out hope for a win, but it would be nice. And then I could troll Dale. Minnesota, Green Bay, a lot of the shine is off of that game now.
Yeah,
due to everything the Vikings have done this far. Jets at Kansas City. That's really the one to watch. If you have to pick one game, that is the one.
There you go.
Please tune in.
Well, look. The line fell. Last I checked, which was I believe yesterday. Kansas City in the past has been like minus 23. They're only like minus 19.5, which tells me that a lot of bettors are like, I'll take the Jets on that 3 touchdowns.
Jets fans betting it up. I love it.
Yeah. So it's kind of driving the line down now. So, jeez.
And of course, I think it's a pretty clear-cut win, but we've talked about the Dolphins. It seems like pretty much every week. Games they've won, games they were close in and lost, they are competitive. And the story of the week for them is Tua coming in.
Tua, what's his last name?
I believe it's I don't know how to pronounce it. Let me consult our expert.
Okay.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh, Tagovailoa. I'm hearing it's Tagovailoa.
There we go.
Roll Tide. Fins
there
up.
We go.
But again, not the easiest assignment in the world with Aaron Donald on the other side, and really just the entire
Jalen Ramsey and Jalen Ramsey deep. So that'll be that's going to be a rough start for Tua. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Like you said, Miami, they're competitive. They're not the Miami of the first 12 weeks of last year. Like they're competitive. They'll be in the games with you. So I kind of also got my eye in the morning just because it's like, I know it's only week 8, so you don't want to say anything is over. But if New England can't beat Buffalo, it's Buffalo's division to lose at that point in time. Like they'll pretty much have it wrapped up. Again, I know it's only week 8, but Buffalo will be running away with it by then.
I think that if you're for the Bills, you got to be pretty hyped up about that. They've terrorized you for the last 20 years. I mean, yes, the Bills have ripped a couple here and there, and I mean they're up and coming like for the last 2-3 years. But I think this is a chance for them to really show out and just kind of like kick them while they're sort of down or sort of in flux.
Mhm.
Cam looked really bad last week. We all, saw the benching. And I don't. Obviously, it wasn't a permanent benching. It was just like, hey,
We're out
there's
of this.
no
We don't
there's
want
no point in sending you back out there. Yeah, but Cam, even after the game, said, I may lose my job if I play like that. Like, I mean, he was, stepped up and owned it. But
Sure.
if you're the Bills, I think you got to be hyped up for that game and really just like put a exclamation point on that and just beat the hell out of them.
Mhm.
But we'll see how the Patriots respond because they really got their asses beat at home. As we discussed, the worst loss since 2008 at home for the Patriots when Tom Brady was not even playing.
Yeah, that's when Matt Castle was their quarterback.
Legend, USC legend, Matt Castle.
Yes. We also got, of course, what I think is kind of the big game of the week is Pittsburgh at Baltimore.
Yeah, that's the marquee there.
Yeah, the undefeated Steelers, the one-loss Ravens. The winner of this one is going to take a nice firm grasp on the lead of the AFC North. Definitely probably two of the top 3 or 4 teams in the NFL that we've seen so far this season. I mean, depending on kind of where you want to throw them in your rankings, that's definitely going to be kind of the one that stands out. Of course, Lamar and that high-powered offense against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's had a pretty solid defense all year. The offense just kind of doesn't really like blow you away with flash, but they're just good. They're efficient. They move the ball well. They control the ball well. So that's definitely going to be the premier game of the weekend.
And I think Baltimore at home, I mean, the record's still strong. Obviously, the team is very good. I feel like they need to win, like, it's too early to say, like, signature win, but win a big game. Like, I feel like this is the biggest game of the whole day.
Mhm.
And the Steelers, credit to them. I hate the Steelers. They went into Tennessee and won last week, and they're still undefeated. So that is kind of like showing up in a big game. So Baltimore, yes, they're there, but I feel like they haven't won a big game yet this year. So kind of a litmus test for them. We'll see what happens there. You got your Chargers going to Denver. That's got to be nice. Got to be nice.
You would think so, but there's just always that kind of that ever-longing fact of it's the Chargers. Like, if anybody's going to find a way to lose a game they should absolutely win, it's going to be the Chargers.
Look, let's just hope. Now we're in the Herbert era. It seems
He's
like
balling out.
the young dude is balling. Break the Chargers' typical stereotype of just playing exactly to the level of your competition. Do
Actually,
not play like the Broncos.
It's actually playing just like a half step below the opponent.
Yeah, I guess that's true when it comes to winning time. Because they always are right there in the games where like, oh, man, the Chargers, look at these guys. Like, that's a great team. And then they lose at the very end. But then they go play the Broncos or some team where they should just walk over them. And it's just like, what just happened? I don't know.
Yeah, like a week ago, you were running with the world champs, and now you're like struggling against Carolina. Oh, great. Good job, guys.
I also have to address Sarah's comment. It's very hurtful what you said, but I will acknowledge your comment. And they're not that good. They're not that good. I'm a Raider fan. But
hey, look, the Raiders got their big win of the year, man. Like, what does it even matter? Kind of the rest of the year is just a cakewalk.
That's true. That is true. But they are no longer the lineal champions. That title goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, damn it. Brady's got the belt again.
Got the strap. I hate that guy, but all he does is win.
Another game that
circles back to, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right. Well, I'm
go.
never going to not hate the Steelers. So, fair game. That's fair. That's fair.
But another game that kind of caught my eye is the Saints at the Bears. The Bears, who, of course, got, beat pretty bad last week by the Rams. The Saints, they're just kind of quietly moving along. I think they're like 3-2, 4-2, something like that. They haven't been impressive. They're just kind of moving along. The Bears, again, they definitely want to come back strong after last week. So that's one that, two teams that will probably be getting the wild cards, possibly getting the wild cards. And we will see how Chicago can keep going. But I think that's one to keep an eye on. Of course, actually, no, that's not the Sunday night game. I saw the Seahawks and I assumed they were automatically Sunday night.
But the Saints, it does kind of have that feeling where, especially like Michael Thomas may actually, in fact, be back.
I think
He
he's not playing this week. Actually, I think they
Oh,
announced.
okay, but he is like on track to soon
Sure.
reappear, so that will
Right.
help them a lot. He didn't fight anyone in practice, so
that
that's
we know
good.
of.
That we know of.
Unless he fought the press guy and knocked him out, and the press guy couldn't release the statement.
He slapped the clipboard out of his hand and then choked him out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Saints are. Drew Brees has not looked great this year, but they're just always decent, if not
Mhm.
above average.
Mhm.
And I feel like once they have everyone back, they're always going to be a threat. Like you said, probably looking at a wild card at this point, depending on what the Buccaneers do. But yeah, the Bears need to bounce back too. And I am kind of looking forward to that San Francisco-Seattle game too.
Oh yeah.
I think Seattle's got to bounce back, obviously, from the insanity of last week.
Oh man.
You always have a chance with Russell Wilson, of course, but
Yeah.
you always have a chance to lose with your insane defense. That's just
With
like
your
a
terrible defense.
sieve.
Yes.
And for the 49ers, I feel like, are you for real or not? Because that whole division is really good. So that's kind of a proving ground for them.
Yeah, and like I said, I assumed that was Sunday night. This is how Seattle's like, oh, that's got to be the Sunday night game.
Oh, no.
In fact, it's not Sunday night. Oh, Sunday night. We got a barn burner of a game
Woo,
here.
we got a heater.
We got Dallas at Philadelphia. The winner will get their commanding third win and take an absolute lead in that division.
That could be devastating to the rest of the division.
Just taking a stranglehold on that is going to be oh boy, that could be one of those really fun games for all the wrong reasons, and I'm here for it.
I think it will be, and it's not on our little strip here, but the Monday night game is the Buccaneers at the Giants. So the Giants also
Jesus.
it's wall NFC action, prime time,
Oh god.
NFC East. Woo! Show us what you got.
Oh my god. Giants who, by the way, I had just noticed this before we went on air is they just announced that Saquon Barkley, who got injured in week 1, is just now finally got surgery on his ACL 7 weeks later. I don't know what's going on with that. Like, yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but speedy recovery, Saquon. Hope you do well.
Yeah, for an injury that's usually at least a year recovery
Mhm.
time.
A year and a half usually. A year for like prime athletes maybe, but
Which, I'd put Saquon
He
in
is.
that
He is,
category.
yeah.
But still, it's like, oh, now he's going to surgery? Like, probably could have got the clock going
yeah.
3 weeks ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
But-
But yeah, I actually am embarrassed to say how excited I am for the Dallas-Philadelphia game. Look, the NFC East is like a car crash. It's so
You can't
bad,
look away.
but you can't look away. Like,
Yeah.
every game matters because nobody wins any games. So if they do win a game, it's like, oh, man, they're miles ahead.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What I can't remember what the stat was, but it's like the NFC East has like a combined like 7 wins, and like 4 of them are against their own division, something like that. Just something ridiculous, like that just tells you how bad that division is. But yeah, that Sunday night game, like I said, I think for all the wrong reasons, it is going to be
Yes.
an entertaining battle for sure.
Show me what you got, DiNucci.
Old Ben DiNucci, the pride of James Madison.
Ben DiNucci. That's our
That sounds
guy.
like the name of just like a side character in some like shitty mob movie.
Elaro Santucci
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Ben DiNucci.
yeah. Those are like the two guys that like get whacked halfway through the movie. Like they're built up as these badasses, and then just like you never see them kill anybody. They just get killed.
Yeah,
like
they just
nothing.
get bumped off in some crazy hit.
Yeah.
But on to the real story. I mean, again, we're making the most of it here. Obviously, I'm rooting for the Raiders. Steelers, Baltimore, probably the best game as far as long-term looking at the playoffs implications. Well, and Eagles, Cowboys. But the real story is Tyler and I are going right head-to-head this weekend in fantasy football, and both of our teams are trash.
Hey, speak for yourself. I'm the number 1 point scoring team in the league.
Well, your
I've
defense
also-
is just giving it up.
I'd say I've also been outscored by like 100 points. So
Every time I see Ebron on my team, I'm just like,
it's not a good sign.
I hate this team so much. But and Claypool, I had to run Claypool out there. Lockett he's not going to get 41 points again. Oh, there goes the possum. Also, shout out to the possum. Hopefully he's in the double digits. I don't know. Like, I feel like I missed out. As you know, I was watching last night's game with Will, and foolishly, I would have never done this because he got burnt last week when he played me, played more, and I think he had like 3 points. And Lockett is a little different because he has had some 20-point, 15-point, 18-point weeks.
Yeah.
But more, that was the high watermark last week. If you missed it, you missed it.
You're not getting that the rest of the year.
And in fairness to Will, he said he didn't have anyone else. He had to play him, and he got burnt on it. But yes, this will be an ongoing battle. So definitely follow us on Twitter over the weekend at YFPFP. We will be going at it nonstop, especially during the morning games when all the action is, there's more movement. Actually, it looks like Tyler is pretty loaded up on the morning games here.
Yeah, I think the only one I've got Justin Herbert's in the afternoon. Chris Carson, who may not even play. I really just got him in there to bolster up the projected points. And then Philly in that Sunday night. Another reason why I got to watch that Sunday night.
That could be cash money though, because with DiNucci out there slinging it, that might come back to haunt me.
Well, but you got the Rams going against a rookie quarterback, so you got to hope that they just terrorize Tua all day.
I'm kind of they will get after him, but I do want to see just Tua in an actual NFL game. I mean, we talked about it before. He was on a great team in Alabama, but the kid, he slings it pretty well.
He can throw.
He throws a pretty ball. So I think you're going to see a couple little just like at least nuggets of like, all right, yes, this is the future. And the questions about, his health and durability. So he is going to be under duress for sure with the Rams coming after him. But I'd like to see how he fares, especially going east and against, a team at home. But with the Rams, one of the upper, if not, well, they're not top, but an effective defense.
A good defense for sure. Yeah, no, like the thing that I'm kind of banking on is A, Herbert balls out like he has been, and then B, I've got Derrick Henry going up against Cincinnati, who got ran over by Cleveland twice this year. So I'm hoping Henry just kind of goes off and like drags fools, for 30-yard touchdowns. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm looking at my my running backs too to really pick up the slack here. I got Ron Jones, my guy, going against the Giants, so that's
looking favorable. Good there. Looking good there.
Kamara, it's usually good for a lot of usage and points, but I mean, he is going against the Bears defense, so we'll see.
But yes, definitely follow us all weekend. We'll be using lots of hashtag. You'll be able to know who is sending out the tweets on our end, whether it ends with a hashtag fuck Tyler or a hashtag fuck Ronnie. Although in the past when my team has sucked, I've also used hashtag fuck Tyler. So so you may not know who it's coming from. But looking forward to lots of shit talking between us this weekend.
Yes, if you see anything on Red Zone that's going one way or the other, do feel free to use either hashtag fuck Tyler, fuck Ronnie.
Or both. If you hate us both, use both. Just
blow up the whole spot.
Yeah.
Couple comments here. Let's get over to the Hutch dog, Brad Hutchings. Should they nickname him Tuna since he's QB of the Dolphins or not?
That's a good question. It's a fair question.
Is it Dolphin safe Tuna? I don't know. But I could see that. I personally like Tagovailoa. If they had some kind of baseball, where you get to the players' weekend where they put their own names, I think that would be hilarious if he put Tagovailoa on his shirt, just as a shout out to the god Ricky Rose. Yep. But I just want to see him get out there. It does suck for Fitzpatrick. I thought it was kind of a hair trigger move.
Oh yeah.
In a season where you're still like, yes, obviously you got Tua, he is going to be the guy, but didn't really need to happen, but I mean, they want to throw him in there, so.
Yeah, I mean, I hope hope the best for the guy. I hope he does well, especially because it'll mean good fantasy for me. I think I also have Devontae Parker going, so it'd be nice if he could get a few touchdowns to him.
No,
Although Parker's probably going to be blanketed by Ramsey all weekend, so I may actually wind up sitting him.
you tell me. You tell me.
Yes, right, yes. The sassiest man in the league. But yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing the Tua era get underway.
And the bottom line is, thank God for gambling and fantasy football.
True.
Because we see the lineup. It's not going to blow you away here.
No,
but
God, no.
At least morning red zone. It's a nice thing to wake up to. And as we discussed, we're getting into the lean times here. So dig in, watch red zone, enjoy yourselves, check your fantasy score.
Mm-hmm.
We're making the most of it here.
Yeah. Actually, never mind. I could actually really get at you if I were to change my Sling password, and you wouldn't be able to watch Red Zone on Sunday morning.
Bastard. Well, I will find a way, and that is for entertainment.
There's always a way, people.
But there is always a way. But that would be spiteful. I mean, actually, I would not even be mad. That would be a like sort of one of those long con burns. Like, that's a deep burn.
Like, oh yeah, Ronnie, yeah, you can use my Sling to watch fantasy football, sure.
Oh, had to change the password. I don't know. Someone was using it in Minnesota. I don't know that. So.
Yeah, sorry, man. Actually, I won't change it because then I just won't remember it. So
let's real quick too. Let's take a look here. I mean, maybe look away, West Ham fans. But
oh God,
got the Premier League this weekend. Yes, West Ham is going to Anfield. It is at 10:30. Which is a convenient time to watch on the West Coast. I will probably, for the sake of this, fortunately, be at work. But I will still be following and probably getting mad as I get alerts on my phone and text from Tyler.
And text from me. Yeah. It's going to be a rough week for West Ham. I mean, obviously, playing Liverpool is never fun. Playing Liverpool at Anfield is even less fun. And playing them without your top striker is going to be even less fun because Antonio is I guess not to the surprise of West Ham fans. He's going to be hurt, probably missing for a month. So going to be a bit of a struggle of a game there. Not an overly exciting lineup in the Premier League this weekend. I think kind of the big name matchup is going to be Sunday. Man U hosting Arsenal.
Always a good time when those two get together. Even though I hate both.
Man U's kind of been on an upswing. They've been winning some games pretty convincingly the last few weeks, and Arsenal is not. So that one, if kind of the way everybody's been playing to form, that one could get pretty ugly pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's still I wish that was in the 11 a.m. slot because that would be a lot easier to watch. I mean, I'm not working Sunday, but 8:30 a.m., it is early, but it's one of those showpiece kind of games every year when they get together in the Premier League, just traditional powerhouses. That's probably the big one for this weekend. But come on, West Ham.
Yeah, look, hey, if they can, kind of the way I look at it is this: they've already exceeded my expectations for the first couple months of the year. This is the last game in that really brutal gauntlet to start the year. So you know what? If you can't get the win this week, that's fine. Just go out there and don't embarrass yourself. That's all I'm really looking for. Is don't if you're gonna lose, don't get killed. That's all.
Don't get killed.
That's all.
Yeah, actually, I would like a West Ham shirt that just said, "Just don't get killed."
Just don't. Just for the love of God, please be good.
Please be good.
But the Marge Simpson lunch note. That's what
I
that
think I
is.
got your lunch. Let's dive into a couple just little random one-offs before we touch on a little bit of the fight doctor here. First things first, Tony La Russa is back.
Oh, God.
For some reason, Tony La Russa is back. I don't know why, but...
there's a reason why. There's a reason why.
He was part of that front office for a little bit, and hey, they got their guy. But seems like a pretty weird fit to me, and we will see what happens.
Yeah, so Tony La Russa, for those that don't know, he is a Hall of Fame manager. He is very, very old school. Um,
Yes.
Definitely kind of goes by the unwritten rules of baseball. Has been pretty outspoken about a lot of things that are kind of going on in the world lately, as far as civil rights, BLM, stuff like that. Um, he used to be the manager of the White Sox back in the '70s, and that's when Jerry Reinsdorf fired him, and has said that was one of his biggest regrets. And so now here we are in 2020. La Russa has not managed since 2011, and now he's going to a team that is very multicultural, very much sort of kind of like in the vein of the Padres, kind of like fuck the unwritten rules.
Yeah, young, energetic kind of team.
Very energetic, like bat flips, lots of celebrations, kind of everything that La Russa has not really been known for in his tenure. So, kind of from everything I read, this was just pretty much a Reinsdorf hiring. He really didn't consult anybody. Nobody else really wanted this. So I don't see this ending well. I really don't, unless he's kind of completely changed his philosophy on things, which people of that age usually don't change their minds.
Set in their ways. I'm Doug, man, and I'll never change. But I will say this. Look, he is not like the modern day manager by any stretch of the imagination. Right. But I will say, in fairness, somewhat forward thinking as far as his usage of pitchers.
That's true. Yes,
he has been a little creative with that in the past. Bullpen days, or pitchers that hit eighth, or just like creative things like that. But I mean, it just seems like a weird fit for a very young and up and coming team to just bring in the red ass old, hard nosed manager. So we'll see what happens.
Also, think about kind of like a lot of front offices are kind of like, okay, we want these managers that will listen to our input, regarding analytics and that. And that's
not Tony La Russa.
100% not him. La Russa's going to manage the team how he wants to manage it, for better or for worse. So it's a very.
I wish I had the Tony Lasorda clip of Doug Rauch in the World Series on the mound. I'll get that for you guys on the next show. We'll play it for you on Monday. But that was an all-time classic
for sure.
Most Dodger fans know about it, but
yes.
The thing that always sticks out to me was, obviously the swearing, but and then Davey Lopes like, "Hey man, we'll talk about it in the dugout. Come on, calm down." The organ calmly going in the background the whole time.
Yep.
Classic,
Nancy B.
World Series day game. Gotta love it. But I think at one point Lasorda goes, "It's my job to be the manager. I'll manage it however I fucking want to."
Yeah, it's Tony La Russa was great back in his day, but I think the game has absolutely passed him by, and I think this is just going to be a recipe for disaster. Could be wrong, but I don't. It's not that I think the team won't necessarily play. They'll still go out there and they'll play their asses off, but there definitely will be lots of rumblings, probably some shade thrown in some press conferences.
Yeah,
probably going to end pretty poorly.
Yeah, I mean, La Russa, it's never really struck me as a guy that would kind of throw his own guys under the bus.
No, he wouldn't. I agree.
He's definitely going to see some things that he is not going to like. Yeah. And that will be interesting to see sort of how that plays out.
Yeah, Tim Anderson's going to lead the year with a home run, do a bat flip, and get benched for the next week.
Yeah, no. We just didn't like the matchup.
Yeah.
Never again. Other baseball news, Bellinger and Kershaw were on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and Jimmy Kimmel asked the question that everyone was dying to know, are you high all the time? And Cody Bellinger, well, he said he's not, but he also did literally say,
carefully worded,
I'm not high during the games, exclamation point. So safe to assume he's probably faded, not during the games.
Sure.
We've all seen the memes, and of course, we have there's so many classics, but I like the thoughtful just drifting away. Just
Look,
man.
he is one of the he's like the Jim Brewer. He just looks stoned all the time.
He does, and he did say that's just how my face looks.
Yeah.
And also, he was in a Subway parking lot in Blythe.
Yeah, because when he recorded this, he was on the way from L.A. to his home in Phoenix, and anybody that's made that drive knows you either stop in Quartzsite or in Blythe, because that's the only stop between L.A. and Phoenix. So, of course, that's where he was.
And, I mean, if you're really blazed out, sometimes you just want a BMT. Just like,
Hey, yeah, what's the foot long of the day on a Friday? I don't even know. Like, what?
I would hope that Bellinger has enough money to get whatever you want.
True.
But,
double meat, baby. Let's go. Double meat on that.
Yeah, just double it up. No, I'm paid. I'm crazy paid. But that was a little bit of lightheartedness. And then one of our favorites. I mean, probably the favorite of the entire bubble. Like I said, I feel like he got snubbed not getting on the NBA Bubble Life. I got to give a shout out again to their Twitter, which I guess it probably lives on, but they're not going to be tweeting.
Probably, yeah.
Just all the content that they aggregated. Definitely one of my favorites during the bubble. But the shining star of the bubble by far, on the court and off, was Jimmy Butler.
Yep.
And he dropped this one on, I believe, Instagram. He's still running the Big Face Coffee, and
it's his love. It's his that's his number one business.
He's cutting no slack, even at his house with his own children.
Over here at Big Face, we teach him young. Ain't that right, Don?
Yep.
Tell him how much you getting paid for making this coffee this morning.
5.
No, you're not getting paid a damn thing. So over at Big Face Coffee, you bake the coffee for free if it's for me. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Hey, it's nice to see he's hanging out with Tyler Hero in the offseason.
Look, he's got a business to run, all right? The bottom line is the bottom line. I'm trying to bring the overhead down. I can't just be paying all these random people for, side jobs.
Yeah. When I saw this wording, it was just like, okay, Big Face still alive and well. All I'm worried about right now is keep that business going, Jimmy.
I hope there is actually a physical location that civilians can go to. Like, open one up in Miami.
Is he going to advertise that in the arena in Miami next year?
I would love that, actually, on the
that would be amazing.
On the ribbon banner.
Yeah.
Big Face Coffee.
$20. No IOUs. Cash only.
But initially at the opening, people would go to that. This guy's already,
dude, yeah,
like a cult hero in Miami. So
I'll say this: if I were to visit Miami and there was a location, I would 100% go there.
That would be one of the first stops.
I don't drink coffee. I wouldn't imagine ever paying $20 for coffee. But if that was open, I would pay $20 for a coffee from it.
If you go there, first of all, you will, and then just pour it out, charge it to the game, I guess. But
Jimmy doesn't care if I drink it or not. He's got his 20.
No, the money's already in there.
Yeah, do what you want with it. It's your coffee.
I don't have the classic picture of Goran as well. Paid my 20.
That's right.
But shout out to Big Face Coffee. We are working, on some kind of sponsorship collaboration. We'll get back to you on that.
Oh yeah. Jimmy,
But,
our people will call your people. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll be in touch.
Yeah.
Let's. We got about 15 minutes here. Let's take a look at the fight night. Let's check in with the fight doctor.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is the main event of the evening.
the heavyweight champion of the world,
This is the main event of the evening.
The moment you have all been waiting for, with nobody in the crowd.
Yeah.
Look, I
love
that. I kind of love that Buffer hasn't changed his introduction stuff, even though there's nobody in the crowd.
You gotta do it.
Oh yeah. Well, it's probably just muscle memory now too.
I feel like he's going even harder also with the jackets.
Oh, he's been going crazy with the jackets.
He is bumping that way up. Like, all right,
Yeah,
no
for
fans.
sure.
My jacket is gonna be shiny and ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, I don't got to worry about taking the shine away from these guys now. I can do what I want to do. But yes, so we do have a fight card this upcoming Saturday. It'll be they're back in Vegas, back at the Apex. The fight will be on ESPN Plus since it is a Saturday. Regular ESPN will be running college football pretty much all day. So it's not necessarily the most important fight in terms of rankings or anything this weekend, but it is, and I will be a little hesitant when I say this. It is allegedly the final fight in the storied career of Anderson the Spider Silva.
Which, yeah, we will see, but
I mean, look, the guy's had so many fights this career. He's 34-10, 20 some odd 22 knockouts, I think it is. Just, I mean, the guy at his peak was literally untouchable. I don't just mean nobody could beat him. I mean, like, nobody could touch him. Like, go back and watch the fight against Forrest Griffin. Forrest Griffin was swinging like crazy and literally could not hit Anderson Silva.
no, and there was a long line of fights where even fans, people betting on it, were pissed off that he would just not do anything for a while and just not get hit. It was just like,
yeah. It's, I mean, if you're fairly new to the MMA game, definitely go back. There's like a 10-year period where you can just watch Anderson Silva just destroying. I mean, this is a guy that he came in his first UFC fight, knocked out Chris Lieben, and like the fans were like, after seeing one fight, we're like, give him a title shot right now. Like, he needs a title shot. He put him in there. He beat up Rich Franklin, beat him again, beat Dan Henderson. I mean, just beat everybody in his way. Yeah, I mean, just unreal. Again, at his peak, I think there was no better fighter. I'm not saying he's the GOAT because you see those 10 losses, like 7 of them have come in his last 8 fights. Kind of, one of those guys that like should have stepped away, but kept fighting.
Cowboy.
God damn it.
Sorry, that was something in my throat.
That one hurt. But so this is his final fight, and he's going up against Uriah Hall, who, when he was on The Ultimate Fighter, he was kind of hailed. Like, people were saying this guy is the next Anderson Silva. Like, I talked about it a couple weeks ago. He had a knockout where I literally thought he killed somebody when he knocked out what was the guy's name? Adam Sella on The Ultimate Fighter. He was just an absolute killer. He's kind of had some, I don't know, just he kind of gets in his own way in his head, and sometimes displays that killer instinct, sometimes doesn't. So, it's again, it's kind of a fitting fight for the Anderson Silva versus the guy that was supposed to be the next Anderson Silva. If I were to place a bet on it, I can't bet on Anderson Silva right now. He's, like I said, he's lost like 7 of his last 8 fights. Uriah Hall, still a good fighter. Like, if you look at the guys he's lost to, he hasn't lost to any chumps. He's lost to legit fighters. I don't see this ending well for Anderson. In some ways, I'll be kind of glad if this is his last fight. Although now I'm just worried that Bellator is going to throw a shit ton of money at him, like they do with all UFC fighters.
Always mucking up the so-called ride off into the sunset. Just like, hey, you got banned by UFC, or you retired. Like, hey, come over here. Yeah.
So, and again, anything that we say here is, of course, for entertainment purposes only. Please believe that.
Please believe that.
But that one, again, I've got to go Uriah Hall. Again, I would just say, if you haven't seen it, go back. There's so many fights you can see that is just prime Anderson Silva, just him just clowning guys, going into the matrix, dodging every punch like it's nothing, throwing just some crazy counter punches. The front kick to the face against Vitor was like the first time I've ever seen a front kick knockout before. It absolute.
That was all-time incredible. Just like the bottom of a foot. Just like
yeah. Again, I do hope it is his retirement fight, just because he hasn't been the same fighter since the second Chris Weidman fight when he broke his leg. But again, gotta watch the fight.
This fight doctor.
Yes.
The outcome of this fight. Do you think that affects the retirement plan? Like, if he wins, obviously one of the all-time greats. Everyone, even hate him or love him, like, this guy did a lot for the whole sport.
Mm-hmm.
that would be a fitting send off. Just like cool main event. Yes, it's fight night, but go out on top with a win. If he loses, do you think he sticks around?
If he gets mercilessly destroyed like he kind of has been the last 6 years, yes. I hope so. Like my biggest worry is if it's a close fight. Then he's, maybe he starts to go, oh, maybe I still got it.
Yeah, just made one or two bad decisions, and I can still get out there and
Like if you win, go out with a win. It'll be his first win. Well, no, I forgot. He beat Derek Brunson like 3 years ago. But it'll be like his second win in 8 fights. Like if you get the win, get the win. If you get knocked out, for the love of God, please
just step away.
Like I said, my biggest worry is it's a close fight, and he just starts thinking like, okay, like, hey, maybe I can still do this for a couple fights. It's
sometime win, sometime no win.
Sometime win, yeah. But like I said, definitely check it out for that. A couple other fights on there too. We got a featherweight fight between the undefeated Bryce Mitchell and Andre Fili. Mitchell's kind of looking to break into the top 10 here. I know he's undefeated. He hasn't really fought really any big name. Andre Fili's not a name that everybody's going to know. A lot of MMA heads will know the name. So Mitchell's kind of looking to get the win there. I think he does. Fili's a decent fighter. Mitchell, pretty good up-and-comer. I'll take the up-and-comer, probably looking to get the submission on Fili. I'll take him in the fight. I don't know how he'll stack up in the top 10 of that division, but I think he's probably good enough to at least be in contention for that. And then,
of course,
another one that
America's sweetheart.
Yes, you were ahead of me. The heavyweight fight between Maurice Green and America's sweetheart Greg Hardy. Kind of a bit of a clash of styles here. Maurice Green, he's 9-4, got a couple of knockouts. He's mostly a submission fighter. Greg Hardy, of course, 6-2. He's got 5 knockouts. There's no secret to what Greg Hardy wants to do, so I'm kind of interested to see what happens if Maurice Green gets him down and starts going for those submissions as he's wont to do. I wouldn't mind seeing him choke Greg Hardy out. It wouldn't break my heart at all.
Would anyone mind?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But that was just one. Like I'm kind of hoping that's what happens. If it stays standing, I hate to say it, Greg Hardy will obviously have a chance. So I really hope that Green's just like, let's just take him down and mess with him. Like throwing an arm bar, throwing a rear naked choke, whatever you want to do. So yeah, definitely that'll be one where I think all of America is rooting for one guy over the other. So,
which honestly, let's just say it, has kind of been. Doesn't it feel like that's been Dana's whole marketing scheme with Greg Hardy?
100%.
Run this guy out. Everyone will hate him. He wins or he gets disqualified, like whatever. But I think that's the only reason he's. Yes, obviously he's like a physical specimen. He's a freak. Yeah. He's like a world-class athlete still. But he's put out there to bet against and be taken on.
Yeah, he's been fed a lot of cans that, I think Dana was like, oh yeah, like he's got a good shot at beating these guys. Like I said, he is a physical specimen. Played in the NFL. Again, got to give, he hasn't really fought. I think, he's fought one name fighter and lost. So again, kind of hoping that's what Maurice Green does. But, Dana, him and Vince McMahon, the Ultimate Promoters, they know what they're doing. Dana knows, like, hey, I can throw this guy out. It's like Stephen A. Smith, people will watch this guy to hate him. So Dana definitely knows what he's doing.
Hate him or love him, you're watching. And
you're watching because you want to see him. Yeah, you want to. It's the old Floyd Mayweather thing. You want to see him lose. Only difference is Floyd Mayweather is an amazing boxer. Greg Hardy, not really. But
yeah, it's just like a huge lug that everyone hates.
Yeah. So again, not any card that's going to have a lot of impact on standings or future title fights, but like we've said in the past, those usually turn out to be pretty fun cards when it's just guys that are just going for it because they got to get their name out there, and it's like, okay, this is my TV time. Let's make it happen. So
yeah,
I'd say definitely worth checking out this weekend.
The only thing I'm not going to say anything in defense of Greg Hardy. He just seems like kind of a shitty
Ronnie,
guy.
Greg Hardy defender here.
The only thing, he is still going on with this. Like I thought this was going to last for like a year, and it's still going.
No, credit to him for that.
He is sticking with it. I mean, it's literally the most violent sport you can participate in legally. And he's still out there running out. But, yeah, I don't think anyone would be sad if he gets choked out.
No, not at all. Count me in that. But so yeah, that's going on. I guess we could also give a mention here. Speaking of Saturday events, not a great lineup for college football this weekend. Big news there was that actually the Clemson quarterback Trevor Lawrence did test positive for COVID-19, so he will be missing their game this week against Boston College. Probably not going to affect them that much. I think they're just kind of going to be like plug and play. Like, we'll be fine.
It did move the line down like 6.5 points or something like that, though.
Oh, okay. So it went from 24 to 16. Is that what you're telling me?
It went from 30 to 23.5.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay. So maybe Boston College covers the spread now. They might cover the spread.
Again, we don't know that, but
we don't know this.
It just makes it a little more interesting.
But I think Clemson is still I think they'll still be fine. They'll probably still get the win there. Just a couple other games I saw this weekend that caught my eye. The one that could turn out to be a really good game that most people probably won't watch is going to be Memphis at Cincinnati in the morning. Big Conference USA battle there. Cincinnati ranked 7th, Memphis 3-1. Usually puts out a pretty good team year in, year out, so that could be a fun game. Number 17, Indiana at Rutgers. Both teams 1-0 in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Rutgers getting that win over Michigan State last week. Indiana getting the win over Penn State. I don't know. I mean, Rutgers is usually, 0-1. Indiana, they're tough, but they don't win a lot, but they put up tough games, so kind of weird seeing them both at 1-0. LSU at Auburn, that could be a game where it's like the loser is pretty much completely out of the SEC runnings at that point in time. And the one on paper that should be good, but probably won't be, is going to be number 3 Ohio State at number 18 Penn State. Penn State looking to bounce back after the loss to Indiana, but saying loss to Indiana and then having to play Ohio State is kind of like telling right there. So
that pretty much says it all.
Yeah, not the greatest lineup, but one thing I am looking forward to starting next Wednesday, as Ronnie mentioned earlier. Next Wednesday we're going to have the MAC back. We're going to get some action midweek, and then next weekend will also be the return of the Pac-12 with a 9 a.m. kickoff game at USC. That's a hell of a job scheduling there, Pac-12. Nice job.
Just keep it up, Pac-12. You never miss. Just you got your finger on the pulse of America. Yeah. That's how to make yourself relevant. Good job.
And then also one last thing, as I did just want to point out, we do have the next to last race of the year for NASCAR. This is the final week before the finals. They will be in Martinsville on Sunday. So it looks like as of right now, Indy finals will be Joey Logano, who's already earned a spot with a win 2 weeks ago. You got Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, and Brad Keselowski are the ones in right now. Martin Truex, Alex Bowman, Chase Elliott are not too far behind Keselowski. Kyle Busch pretty much needs to win the race to get through. So they're going to see 7 of those 8 guys just really going for it this week. So that could be a fun week, of course, leading to the finals next week in Phoenix.
Yeah. And we've already talked about it. I mean, when you get down to where it's like survive, or that's like not necessarily win or you're out, but you got to push to the front.
Sure.
You're going to see some wild action there at the end. So we'll be looking forward to that. Love Maction coming back.
Yes.
Something to fill in our midweek. Otherwise, bland midweek.
Give me Northern Illinois at Ball State. Let's go.
Just hook it to my veins.
But so we are up against it here. Ronnie, anything else you want to say before we get out of here for the weekend?
No, thank you guys as always for watching. Have a happy and safe Halloween.
Yes.
And we'll get back with you guys on Monday. We'll recap whatever happens between me and Tyler in fantasy football. Of course, the fights, NFL, what goes on, and any updates on Jimmy Butler's coffee startup.
Yep.
We will have it here for you.
Yep. Yeah, all right. Well, stick around here on the network, guys. We got the book club for TV with Patrice coming up. I believe she's going to be talking the finale of Lovecraft Country, which I am a few episodes behind, so I need to catch up on that before I watch that episode.
That show is gnarly.
That show is insane. I love it. I love how insane it is. I'm all for it, but I am behind, so I got to catch up on that. Patrice, I will watch tonight's show on a future date. But thank you guys so much for watching. We love you. Have a happy, have a safe, have a fun Halloween. You guys know the drill. As always, keep the fire.
Keep the fire.
At the buzzer.